Culture.
Alright, Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Apa khabar semua? Hari ni macam biasa lepak-lepak kita untuk rakan muda present Bob Culture, tempat kita gathering ataupun tempat kita berkumpul untuk kita nak borak-borak tentang macam-macam benda, especially melibatkan seni dan juga kreatif. Alright, so sebelum kita start, saya nak sedikit trivia pasal kita punya tetamu ataupun guest yang lepak dengan kita hari ni bukan biasa-biasa. Orangnya yang saya rasa sangat-sangat saya look up apabila borak. Dia boleh katakan all-rounder lah dalam dunia seni ni. Antara pemain muzik ada, juga pelakon teater, macam-macam lah. Asalkan seni, insyaAllah dia buat. Alright, so kita ada Santosh.
Hello, apa khabar Bob? Thank you for having me. Macam mana cakap tu? Bob Culture.
Bob Culture.
Bob Culture.
Alright, Santosh.
Yes.
Terima kasih sudi lepak.
No problem, thank you. I pun nak kawan sikit.
Alright, so happy Deepavali.
Thank you, thank you. Happy Deepavali.
So macam mana Deepavali kali ni?
So 1 bulan ni I was away, so I balik just in time for Deepavali. So kena like rushing dia punya shopping semua.
Okay.
And God's grace, I have a baby coming in December, so it's like exciting times lah.
Nice. Okay, so Santosh datang hari ni nak borak-borak dengan kita semua berkenaan tentang macam-macam diri dan sebagainya. Dan juga mungkin korang tertanya-tanya bila yang mana tengok dekat YouTube kan sekarang ni, tengok ada macam-macam alat dekat dalam kita punya set. Satu-satu benda ni akan di explain oleh Santosh lah.
Yeah.
Okay, Santosh, kita borak yang pertama ni I nak tahu dulu. Which is your first pemula dalam career music. So macam mana, how you start?
How I started, basically ayah saya pun seorang penyanyi. Dia penyanyi tradisional lah, mostly untuk temple and benda-benda macam tu. And his teacher yang basically my dad yang start I dalam this music journey. So dalam macam umur 4 macam tu I started going for like music lessons. So first thing is actually my vocals. I learned Carnatic South Indian vocal music lah. So dia punya, that was my beginning stages lah. And after that I learned the tabla sampai high school. Lepas tu I ambil break untuk nak belajar so-called.
Alright, nak belajar so-called.
So yeah, macam tu lah. And then after it's just one day at a time lah. Music is every day lah now.
Alright, so you cakap tadi you start dengan apa terma tadi, daripada South Indian
South Indian music, yeah.
South Indian music. So vocal.
Yep.
So maybe you can explain more about that.
So nama dia Carnatic music.
Carnatic
essentially from Karnataka, India, which is a South Indian state. But I'm Tamil. I come from, my great grandfather probably came from South India. But my grandfather, my father and me grew up in Malaysia. So it's the influence of the Indian style is not as much. Tapi but we have teachers who come from India and who live in Malaysia now. So macam tu, my father's teacher the late Padma Subramaniam, she taught us like South Indian Carnatic music. So in dia, I don't know kalau you pernah dengar like Sari Ga Ma Pa Da Ni Sa Ni Da Pa Ma Ga Ri Sa, that's the solfege dia lah, macam do re mi fa sol la ti do. But for South Indian. And South Indian, North Indian similar, it's just lingo dia, accent dia lain sikit lah. So essentially I first started learning classical South Indian, and then lepas high school I started learning North Indian music with influence from like Pakistan punya style of singing. So I macam campuran lah in that sense lah.
Alright. So demo sikit yang vocal tu I rasa macam nice lah.
Yeah, thank you. Lagu apa nak nyanyi tak fikir pula. Maybe I'll just sing. It's just it's not a song, it's just macam like so just say now it's just say for example it's morning time.
Yeah,
So dia ada dia punya scale
Okay.
tersendiri lah in like during the day in Carnatic music.
Okay.
So this one is nama dia Hamsadwani. So like sa re ga pa ni sa ni pa ga re sa. It's a pentatonic.
Okay.
Major pentatonic. So ga pa ni pa ga re ni ga re ni pa ni ga re pa re ga ni pa sa ni pa ga re sa re ga pa ni sa.
Oh. Nice lah.
Thanks.
Sedap ah.
Vibe.
Bayangkan kalau macam pagi-pagi very soothing.
Very soothing kind of like rag. Rag. Nama dia rag lah. R-A-A-G. Yeah.
Rag tu which is?
Rag is the name of scale. It's a scale.
Oh,
Yeah. Rag essentially means scale. Or color also. Sometimes you can say like what kind of color. It's like that lah.
Okay. So you bermula dengan traditional
Yes.
Okay. So I nak tanya you that time masa you mula involve that dalam traditional, memang you rasa macam okay, yelah I pernah muda. Like macam muda selalunya macam you know they angkat gitar lah.
Itu zaman high school.
Zaman high school. Angkat juga gitar.
Ada.
Oh, ada juga.
Memang. So untuk for like high school I memang like fall in love with like blues BB King dengan and BB King, and I also really enjoyed like 50s like American music. Like, so I memang suka like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. So penyanyi-penyanyi macam ni semua. I actually listen to like 80s rock lepas college je baru I like dengar.
Okay.
So it's like my influence of music is also I love fusion music. Fusion music I memang like was my starting. My father also lah, dia suka dengar instrument fusion music, genre free fusion. So Shakti, John McLaughlin punya band. Yang band tu dia orang, he's like a white guy and main guitar, and then the rest of them play like South Indian instruments. Tabla or North Indian tabla, mridangam, violin. So that in music really influenced me a lot lah. Inspired me a lot to do this.
Yes. Alright. Saya rasa dah mula nak belajar dengan Santosh yang ritma tadi tu. Tapi kejap lagi kita akan sambung lagi borak. Jadi terus sekal untuk Rakan Muda Present Bob Culture. Alright guys, Rakan Muda Present Bob Culture. Di sini kita ada Santosh. Ini dia, kita dah borak banyak-banyak. So hari ni nak tanya juga Santosh, dari segi pendidikan formal, you ada tak macam pergi
music but I studied sound engineering. Audio dekat institution dekat KL je. Nama dia Ocean Institute of Audio Technology.
Okay. Kat
sana I buat diploma in recording arts, audio engineering. Okay. Engineering lah memang tu.
Okay.
I dengan actually fun fact, Ali Masdo, Arif Iskandar dengan I semua satu batch, same classmates.
Okay. Alright, Lee, classmate kau Lee.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I tertarik sebab I tengok you cerita tadi kan. Latar family you memang sangat-sangat dekat dengan
seni.
Ya,
ada. Of course zaman ayah dengan atuk saya tu semua diorang workforce lah. Diorang memang kerja keras lah. So tak dapat dive into the world of music as much. Diorang memang suka music, suka nyanyi, tapi tak dapat buat dia sebagai career lah. So the appreciation is different. I choose music and art as a career, so my appreciation is also very different, and my drive is also now more kena ada lebih banyak matang. I have to be a bit more matured about my choices lah.
Okay.
But the love for music is the same lah, I would say. You know, keeping a positive mindset about my journey lah.
Okay. So the moment you cakap dekat family you yang papa, mama, I nak join, I nak involve, dive dalam dunia music,
diorang dah tahu dah sebenarnya.
So reaction diorang macam
actually sebenarnya diorang dah tahu dah. My dad was my mom always supported. Like dia tak cakap don't worry, I will not like that. Tapi as a person, like masa nak pergi music class semua, dia yang bawa kita, and she was always there in that sense. My dad, dia more into technical guy. Dia electronic, dia belajar electrical engineering, lepas tu buat business, so very hands on kind of person lah. So masa lepas high school, that's the question lah. Satu uncle suruh buat actuarial science, another uncle suruh buat accountancy. Aku pun macam like, what the hell? Aku tak, bukannya pandai sangat kan. Tapi the thing is, it's like I told them that I wanted to do music, but diorang said you need to have something that you can fall back. Like even if you go in through the journey of music, which is essentially fame kan, dia tu, kalau kita pergi industri music, memang it's for a sense of like, you know, fame or like or glory. Tapi kita kena ada reality pun lah, that we need to put food on the table for our family kan. So that's why my dad told me, you go and do sound engineering. So he introduced me to some of his friends yang, so my first studio yang I pergi kerja tu, I pergi buat internship sebelum pergi college pun. So I went to just see what the industry is like. So that's where I started doing sound design lah. As a audio engineer.
Alright. Bukan kecil-kecil anak guys, Santosh dalam dunia audio ni, sebab beliau buat ni background music
background music sekarang.
Untuk banyak filem-filem yang antaranya Mat Kilau, itu air tangan Santosh. Jadi yang mana tengok Mat Kilau, dia tengah muzik belakang kan, apa awang tu tengah lari belakang.
Oh yang tu masa Rokia kena bunuh tu, memang ya, kalau you dengar dia punya soundtrack, itu saya nyanyi.
Tengok pergi
fun fact.
Bukan biasa-biasa. So ini menunjukkan satu produk yang orang kata apa, inilah. So kita harap parent-parent ke keluarga-keluarga yang masih lagi ada stigma kan, yang macam apa dunia seni ni boleh ke, ada testimoni. Kena kerja keras lah. Itu je. Kerja keras, kena humble.
Kalau the danger about music is kita boleh, apa tu, angin boleh masuk cepat lah.
Masuk angin. Lama tak dengar istilah tu. Masuk angin.
So it's like it's very dangerous lah. Very dangerous. So kena like, you know, respect those yang datang sebelum kita. And appreciate effort yang diorang dah letak, and work harder to you know, to elevate apa yang diorang nak buat. Bukan nak apa tu, not to fight the elders, but to honor them for the work that diorang buat.
Nice. Alright. Pengalaman terindah you dalam dunia yang you ceburi. Sebab Santosh juga teater semua kan.
Teater, about music, the theater.
So dalam semua tu, mana paling manis yang you rasa? Sambil fikir tu, Santosh bawa balik Jepun guys. Ada teater juga kat Jepun. Beliau kolaborasi bersama-sama dengan pengarah dekat sana.
Ya, betul. I rasa yang since kita let's talk about a recent, every experience of doing music tu manis lah sebenarnya. Sebab is you're living your dream kan. But I would say recently I buat a traditional Noh theater, NOH. Noh theater dekat Jepun. And that kita buat adaptasi Desdemona of Shakespeare punya Desdemona in Noh theater style. And then aku pula classical Indian musician, and we're bringing these three element together: Jepun, Shakespeare, and Carnatic music into this element. And the beautiful part about it is the guy is talking Japanese, I'm singing in Tamil, and then the audience is crying sebab scene tu macam like it's about you know, it's like almost like a prayer to liberate, untuk like liberate a soul yang macam like that is in limbo lah kan, based on the story lah. And seeing that audience cry, and then realizing like, oh, kerja yang kita buat ni bukan hanya pasal diri kita. Audience yang nampak tu, diorang terasa something sampai diorang boleh nangis tau. So nangis tu bukan out of only joy, but it also comes from a place of like healing almost.
Yeah.
It's like where they are like, oh wow, it's doing something to them, whether they know the exact meaning ke tak, I pun tak tahu. My intention was not to make them cry, but the fact that happened, that means there is the element of element yang kita tak nampak dalam kerja kita. So that is a beautiful moment for me lah. Dengan band saya Nadir pun, masa kita pergi Jepun, Farid Nazir, Dina Nazir punya brother, kita ada satu lagu nama dia Nafas.
Okay, Nafas.
We are singing that on stage, and then this Russian guy yang tak faham bahasa dia, dia pun like nangis sampai muka semua merah, like really like all over the place. And then he came to us, he's like, I don't know what this song means, but I'm just crying and crying. So that is the beautiful part about art music.
Dari situ kita boleh belajar, guys, art ni merentasi bahasa sebenarnya. Dia merentasi segala-galanya. Untuk touch korang punya perasaan, sehingga boleh lahir satu perasaan yang kita boleh kata asli lah dalam seseorang tu. Kalau dia rasa macam dia nak nangis, dia nangis. Macam tu. Alright. Kejap lagi Santosh akan tunjukkan kita beberapa barang yang dia bawa hari ni. Nak try sikit. Saya pun rasa sangat-sangat berbesar hati dapat selalunya dapat tengok je, dapat macam nak pegang takut kan, takut rosak ke apa kan. Tapi hari ni saya dapat pegang, saya dapat rasai. Kejap lagi kita borakkan pasal semua benda-benda ni. Terus kekal untuk rakan Muda Present Pop Culture. Santosh, mari kita dive in dalam barang-barang yang you bawa hari ni. Mari kita perkenalkan satu persatu. Mungkin viewer kita, listener kita tak tahu. Selama ni mereka hanya dengar bunyian sahaja, tapi tak tahu apakah nama.
Let's tunjuk yang paling senang dulu.
Paling senang dulu.
I mean in terms of like, so this one is called a Gatam.
Oh,
Gatam. Dia is clay pot, apa, tanah liat.
Tanah liat.
So actually sebenarnya ni diorang buat air. Like, and then dekat is this okay? And then dekat kita punya, this is mostly a classical instrument. I assume it started in the village. So a famous musician yang main yang ni, nama dia Viku Vinayakram. And he made it very famous all around the world lah. And this instrument I first dengar dalam album Shakti. And I somehow have this now. I didn't learn it traditionally, tapi kita faham dia punya konsep lah.
Alright.
So dia ada a treble sound, which comes from the body itself. Dia ada dia punya tuning sebenarnya.
Ada tuning.
Yeah. It's all made according to pitch. So this is a pitch, and then this is the bass. So you can boom. So So this is essentially how they play this instrument lah.
Namanya tadi?
Gatam. Yeah. Yeah, so you can try this one.
Alright.
Yeah, this on your lap.
I nak tanya. I rasa ni memang alat muzik.
Yeah, alat muzik.
So dia bukan macam
I mean it's a evolusi daripada evolution from water.
Okay guys, kalau korang jumpa kat luar benda ni, dia tengok macam ni, sebenarnya dia adalah gatam, alat muzik. So jangan salah faham pula pergi bubuh air kau tengok bubuh air orang main muzik guys.
Itu pun boleh. Itu pun boleh.
So ada buat bubuh air, and then ada tak macam orang ada macam
sampai sekarang maybe as an experiment ada lah.
Ada.
Tapi first time I dengar tu lah yang dia orang masuk air dan masukkan air dan main.
I suka bunyi bass tadi tu.
Yeah bro. Natural.
Come on lah. Seni memang mengalir dalam darah saya.
I love it.
Alright. Alright, so Gatam. Ini dia. So sangat-sangat menarik. Next.
Next is nama dia Ganjira.
Ganjila. Oh,
Yeah.
nama pun dah sedap. Ganjila.
So kan yang ni kena letak air sikit
Aku letak air
sebab
sikit.
dia reptile skin.
Oh,
Ini monitor lizard.
Oh, monitor lizard.
So actually in the world now yang ni dah ban dah, diorang dah tak boleh buat daripada monitor lizard skin.
Okay.
So nowadays they use goat skin.
Oh, goat skin. Okay.
Goat skin yang more commercialized lah.
Okay.
But traditionally they use monitor lizard skin.
Okay.
So we put water sebab kan reptiles punya skin tu
Agak kering lah.
kering kan. So kena letak air. So dia ada basically it's a wooden frame and then there is a bell dekat side, and this is also a classical instrument. Dia orang pakai in all the classical shows lah. I biasa tak pakai ni sebab it's very rare. So and this is my only one.
Ya, nanti
So I rosak kan. So I dah tak pakai untuk show dah. Tapi macam this kind of event no problem lah.
Okay.
So tadi dengar dia punya pitch tu macam like tung tung very sharp. So now I put the water, dia punya bass dah sampai dah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ganjira.
Baik lah.
You can try.
Ya. Oh, monitor lizard
Yeah.
Oh. Wih, I perasan kan music yang you main I don't know, bila main dia buatkan rasa kita nak menari, you know, like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Bila you I rasa macam I pun nak I tiba-tiba I nak move my body. Kan? Nasib baik duduk, kalau tak, you know.
Dah Bharatanatyam dah keluar dah.
Dah keluar dah. Alright. So tadi nama dia Ganjila lah.
Ganjira, yeah.
Ganjila. Oh, monitor lizard, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then this is a tabla. This actually tabla usually you play left and you play
Oh,
together.
left and right.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's
okay. I boleh jadi you punya
so
tag. Okay.
so this is okay.
Sekejap, I rapat sikit ni. Okay.
Yeah. So nama ni Baya.
Baya.
Baya, and then this is Daya.
Oh, Baya.
So, Baya which is the bass side.
Okay.
And then Daya is the treble side lah.
Okay, alright.
So okay, all the best.
Okay.
Kita pegang macam ni.
Okay,
I tak pernah main macam style macam ni.
Okay.
But it's let's go.
Okay.
So it's like so this one you're like,
Oh.
this is how they slide.
Oh.
So essentially Baya Daya together is called tabla.
Oh, Baya dan kamu tabla.
Yeah, tabla. It's called a tabla.
Oh, kalau dia seorang-seorang nama dia
Baya.
Baya
Daya.
Daya.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
In the blood, bro.
In the blood, in the blood.
In the blood, bro.
Are you from Johor ke apa? Main kasar.
Weh, kita boleh buat lagu. Saya akan dengan Santosh.
Yeah, bro.
Kita akan jadi Daft Punk Malaysia lah. Tapi dalam bentuk
Traditional.
Traditional macam ni lah. Like, wow.
I think this is one of my favourite.
Okay.
Too much water dah. So
Okay.
tapi but when you get really nice sound from it.
Yeah.
It's a nice tone. This is also like
Kan, dia macam ada bunyi yang
ramai. And the thing about Indian instruments is that that lingo mesti ada tau. It's like
Ya.
in our style of singing and our instrumentation pun,
Ya.
we have that element lah.
Okay, nice. Okay. Oh, I amazed gila. I rasa macam I nak belajar lah.
Actually ramai yang belajar dekat Aswara semua. There is a what do you call it, subject where it is instrument tradisi, and tabla is one of the main instruments yang diorang ajar. My teacher is from Malaysia. Nama dia Prakash Kandasamy.
Okay.
Prakash Kandasamy, and he teaches dekat Aswara semua.
So, baik. Baya, Daya. Okay. Alright. So berapa lama you take masa untuk you?
I would say I'm not a master or professional lah sebab zaman kita ni, zaman dulu semua diorang actually spend their whole life. Kalau diorang main tabla je daripada start sampai akhir lah. I would say I learned the tabla from the age of 13 sampai 15. And then lepas tu I never stopped playing it lah. So I didn't learn it sampai graduate, tapi I belajar dia cukup rasa lah untuk compose dengan perform live semua lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, semua cabang seni yang you join, mana yang you rasa you very in love to?
About music. I mean original making original music lah. Sebab dia, of course, it's like creating your own stuff. There's no boss yang cakap nak buat apa. Or like, you know, you get to create your own music lah kan. But I also really enjoy film scoring. I just hope I have more time to do it.
Okay. So dalam you nak dalam you bermuzik kan, you rasa bila the moment you rasa macam you in the top notch form untuk you berkarya dalam muzik?
Masa perform. Perform, masa I perform is where I am like in the zone. I'm like I go all out lah. Tahun 2023 I perform dekat Rainforest Music Festival. Dengan Ade. And so my most favourite on stage like singer yang I suka perform dengan is Leah Izam.
Leah Izam.
Dia dengan I memang ada like same like let's go guys. You know like and dia feature dengan Nade punya as a singer. And I'm of course part of Nade at that time, and so we have a song called Cahaya yang belum release lagi. Yang tu kita perform dekat Uni 10. And it's just like it's a thing yang memang satisfying lah untuk perform. So based on your question is the time where I feel most like sedap is like performing live lah.
Right guys, lagu Cahaya lah tapi tak release lagi.
Belum release lagi.
Yang dekat Rakita kita ada Nafas.
Nafas ada Senja mungkin.
Alright, okay, kejap lagi kita akan sambung lagi borak. Kita akan selami lagi dunia Santosh dengan alat muzik dan sebagainya. Jadi terus kekal untuk Rakan Muda present Pop Culture. Nice, nampak? Kita ada trio yang bakal menggegam Malaysia tak lama lagi. Doakan. Yang mana kita akan saing-saing Daft Punk nanti. Alright. Okay. So ini dia Santosh. Kita masih lagi borak-borak dalam Rakan Muda present Pop Culture kat sini. Alright. So sambil-sambil tu juga kita nak tanya. Tadi ni monitor Lizard.
Yes.
Betul. Tapi dah tak boleh pakai dah.
Boleh pakai. So I pakai untuk recording je. I tak pakai untuk
show. And then kalau nak buat you kata dah ban kan, dia tak boleh pakai.
They don't make dekat you cannot bring into Malaysia anymore or out of India.
Okay. Alright. So ni barang rare guys. Ni barang rare. Okay. So I nak tanya juga ni macam material yang diperbuat oleh untuk Baya.
Okay. Daya. So Daya is usually body dia is from wood. Either jackfruit ke atau cempedak ke. But jackfruit tree normally lah. Okay. And they have many other kind of trees. Yang ni agak berat juga. They have lighter yang wood yang lebih ringan. Yang putih ni, tali ni semua dibuat daripada kulit kambing.
Kulit kambing. Oh wow.
Sheep or goat.
Alright.
Okay. And then the black thing in the middle is actually made out of iron and glue. So they put a certain kind of glue gum that yang mencantumkan iron tu, and then diorang akan stick on top of the skin. So baru you dapat dia punya resonance.
Okay, mungkin yang tengah dengar kat radio dia rasa macam tak boleh nampak. Tapi tak apa, jangan risau. Korang boleh pergi dekat YouTube Rakita DMY, ada video podcast, boleh tengok Santosh tunjuk barangan-barangan ini. So Santosh nak tanya juga, I tengok tadi macam different kulit haiwan digunakan. So I nak tanya, different kulit haiwan akan menghasilkan different bunyi?
Yeah.
Oh,
So kalau you nampak dekat kuil-kuil atau dekat wedding orang India semua, there is another one yang diorang pakai.
Oh, yang
Bukan dol tau. Dol yang yang tu yang Punjabi punya.
okay.
Yang tu I rasa kalau I tak salah diorang pakai either lembu atau I think it's lembu, kalau tak lembu atau goat.
Okay.
And the right hand side diorang pakai plastik lah usually.
Okay.
Macam western drum. Tapi there's another one where they have a shenai. And another drum diorang pakai kerbau.
Okay.
So essentially Indian drums they use either goat, sheep, kerbau atau lembu depending on the particular drum lah.
Okay.
Banyak juga diorang guna kerbau lah sebenarnya. Kalau you nampak dekat Kuala Lumpur, there is a lot of they call it parai. Parai is like a folk Indian drum yang diorang pakai banyak untuk perayaan dengan sometimes like any prayers or funeral, macam that kind of event. Also for like any celebration lah. So diorang main macam ni punya, pakai kayu.
Oh, okay.
So that one is they orang pakai kerbau skin.
Okay, hari ni you bawa semua yang...
Oh, ada lagi satu.
Ya.
Lupa.
Ada apa tu?
Dalam poket.
Oh, ada dalam poket. Oi.
So yang ni is another version of what we have in South India. Nama dia morsing.
Morsing.
So this one is actually a jaw harp. Same jaw harp.
Okay. Oi. Ya.
Yeah, so dia orang main baru lupa bawa dia.
Jangan, saya tak nak cuba.
It's okay. Kena stay safe.
Ya, stay safe. Ya. Alright. Tapi nice. Ui, ini first time. Okay.
Boleh pakai untuk rave lah.
Okay, so ada nafas yang melibatkan angin yang ditiup juga.
Yeah, so the vibration of the reed akan based on your mouth positioning, dia akan ada dia punya syllable lah. That my tongue also. Ada di punya tu, and like the nafas will help to resonate it longer.
So nama dia tadi apa?
Morsing. In Indian music they call it morsing. In Western music diorang panggil dia jaw harp. Jaw or blues harp.
Alright.
Ramai yang dekat apa tu country music diorang pakai yang ni lah. Yang ni case dia lah. Just the case lah.
Case dia apa? Buluh.
Yang tu ke buluh. Buluh dengan
nice. I baru first time I tengok. I baru nak tanya you macam I tengok tadi banyak yang ketuk kan. So I nak tanya dari sudut ada tak Indian punya traditional instrument tiup ke different.
Mesti ada.
So
yang ni yang I tunjuk you hari ni is mostly percussion, like drums.
Okay.
Yang diorang pakai. When you talk about melodic instrument, dia ada violin, dia ada more traditional instruments, dia ada sitar yang dia orang macam 20 different strings. Vinay, sitar, jenis tiup dia ada nada swaram, of course seruling, flute, nada swaram, flute, shenai, and then there is also instrument yang banyak diorang pakai sekarang in North Indian music. It's called a harmonium. It's like a piano macam accordion. Originally from like Germany, but German technology, tapi kita Asianized it, Indianized it for our usage lah. Okay,
right. Sikit Santosh, you dah dive in dalam dunia seni bunyi dan sebagainya ni. Dekat Malaysia, how dia punya suasana untuk apa yang you bawakan pada hari ini?
I rasa dekat Malaysia kita kena ada lebih banyak exposure.
Okay.
Exposure in terms of like macam hari ni.
Okay.
I get to talk about pop culture, pop culture,
Bob culture.
about the music culture and also traditional instruments yang sometimes dilupakan sebab of course lah kita nak dalam dunia ni kita kena kerja, kita kena cari duit and semua, tapi in terms of ekspresi and finding yourself, these instruments really do a lot of help for an individual lah untuk tak hilangkan diri diorang lah. So if you ask me, we need more exposure. We need more exposure in the sense where bukan je lagu pop or that is popular, but songs macam dulu you dengar Pink Floyd, you dengar all the like bands yang experiment a lot dalam rock and roll, tapi diorang also played that songs on radio. So we need to have more stations or TV channels or shows that gets us to bring these instruments out, so that there is life, there is jalan lah for them. Yeah, but more than that, I would say that I based on my experience, I think we shouldn't approach art dari segi kerjaya only. I would rather the next generation to approach art in an expressive way rather than a kerjaya way.
I rasa itu pun itu pun satu langkah yang baik.
Sebab kerjaya tu lain. Masa I grow up, I nak buat banyak benda. I memang ada banyak energy nak perform dekat sekolah pun. I'm always on stage, like nyanyi Kau Ilhamku with my girlfriend yang duduk dekat perhimpunan. So like those kind of experience I ada, I suka lah. Bro, sampai nangis bro. Damn bro, I don't know what to say.
Kau Ilhamku was the memang the song kan. Kau Ilhamku manbai lah. Memang reminiscing. Memang every sekolah mesti ada this particular orang yang memang akan go for
that song.
Kau Ilhamku.
Bro. Right. So zaman sekolah I memang suka perform. I like to golf, do all of these things. And as I grew up, I wanted to do it as a career. I memang suka entertainment industry. But what happened is doing art, what I forget is the passion, the reason why I started. When I do it as a kerjaya, then I'm like, I have to do this for work now. So I have to work on that on myself. Tapi if every individual yang buat kerjaya office ke atau any kind of boring work, according to them, if it's boring lah, so whatever work that they do, any kind of work, if they can still hold the arts in one hand, at least they have a space for expression. I masih ingat satu experience, masa kecil. I don't even know why. I was mungkin I'm oversharing or I don't know, but I had an experience where one of the adults dekat rumah I marah I, and then aku pun start nangis, and biasalah zaman tu kita kena pukul semua. That's all normal only one. I remember running to my this tabla, and just like whacking the tabla.
Alright.
But I don't know why I went there, but I went there. So now I realize it's a form of expression. Like nak lepaskan geram. I tak nak gaduh dengan parents. So I go to the drums and whack. So it's like we need that avenue. Sekarang ramai buat pilates or yoga and all this stuff, or zumba and all, which is also technically art, seni, which is dance form. So music, just to keep the culture alive, so that kita also appreciate all the songs that were there before.
Alright, saya setuju dengan Santosh. Betul. Dia telah membuka saya satu minda saya yang saya rasa macam kita mungkin hari ni muzik ataupun kerjaya seni ni jadi orang pandang agak sepi sikit, sebab kita pandang dia as a kerjaya yang boleh jadikan biaya kau punya bil dan sebagainya. Tapi kalau kita pandang dari sudut escapism, escapism, release stress dan sebagainya, ia akan lebih easy going, kau akan lebih rasa tenang dan ya setuju. Alright, terima kasih.
Thank you Bob, thank you Rakita, thank you Rakan Muda.
Thank you Santosh sebab datang lepak. Terima kasih. Walaupun baru touchdown daripada Jepun, terus datang sini lepak and so on, dan juga kita nak ucapkan semoga Deepavali pada kali ini akan memberi you 1000 kemanisan. 1000, bukan 1000 lah, 1000 tu sikit lah. Infinity kebahagiaan.
Rezeki tu anything lah.
Ya.
God's grace.
Sikit lah. I nak tanya, I ada kawan yang pakai rantai macam ni. You boleh bagi tahu I selalu nak tanya apa, what's that? Sikit sebelum kita
boleh, no problem. This rantai is actually seed. Dia it's a benih, okay. So when you look at it, dia punya shape tu macam otak sikit.
Okay.
I mean there's the kind of like a design and different seed have different number of faces. So yang ni biasanya Lord Shiva, which is a Hindu god.
Okay.
They say it is his tears yang jatuh into the earth, and then this tree called the Rudraksha, what do you call it, emerged.
Okay.
So for me actually yang ni guru I yang bagi I sebagai hadiah lah.
Alright.
So I use it as to honor them. And it's also macam dia akan, we talk about, you see all these old uncles all pakai rings yang the different color for energy diorang balance kan. So this is one of it also. Dia akan bersihkan the minda kita, our energy, it helps with all of these things lah. So different seeds have different faces. Dia ada 1 face, 2 face, sampai I think 21 kot.
Okay.
And each different faces have different benefit for the body.
Alright.
So that is
maksud di sebaliknya lah.
Yeah.
Alright, itu dia. Saya sebab banyak kawan-kawan saya pakai, saya nak tanya tapi tak tertanya. Hari ni Santosh pakai, alang-alang saya bertanya. Alright. So Santosh, mungkin ada orang nak follow you, nak gunakan hikmat you ke kan. Mungkin nak panggil you main kat birthday party dia ke.
Thank you.
Okay, silakan.
Nama saya dekat Instagram, follow me at santosh.music. You can listen to my music dalam Spotify semua, Santosh Logendran, SANTOSH, Logendran, LOGANDRAN. Logendran tu nama bapa saya.
Okay.
And please do listen to our music, support the local scene. And I would like to say that Malaysia is a country of unity. Kita ada banyak different races. And I am honoured that I get to share my culture. When I go to Japan, semua diorang minta saya, which is Malaysian instrument takkan nak bawa gamelan semua kan. Then I'm like, you know what, actually Malaysia, if it's not for what we have now, it is not Malaysia kan. The fact that I boleh duduk dengan you lepak, and I can talk the same language as you. Kuih is a Chinese word, tapi semua orang makan kuih.
Betul.
So it's like, for me, I believe that the American dream was so called, like, many people from different countries come together to work. They had their problems, but they are sorting it out. Malaysia is unity lah,
Alright guys, terima kasih Santosh. Semoga Santosh akan terus terbang tinggi selepas ini. Dan kita di Rakita di sini dah sampai ke penghujung lepak-lepak dengan Santosh. So jangan lupa terus stay dengan kita orang punya media sosial. Jangan lupa tengok balik sesi-sesi perbualan kita episod-episod lepas, dan juga dengan Santosh boleh tengok di YouTube rakita.my. Saya Bob, ini Santosh signing out. Assalamualaikum, jumpa nanti. Bye-bye.
Bye.